I saved this man's marriage in less than 2 months after his wife asked for a divorce. Now, how did I do this? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how Damon saved his marriage using 3 masculine methods to get his wife to open up and want to work on things again. Now, this is where it all started with Damon before coming into my program.
Not knowing what to do, right? I mean, I ran across a couple of ads on like YouTube or something.
Yeah.
And the first time I was like, maybe. And then things got better, a little bit better. And then it was like, we need to separate. You should get a second wife. I'm leaving. Like, I was like, oh my God, like what's going on here? How things are better. And then it just got really drastic, right?
After using only one of these methods that you're gonna learn in this video, this happened.
We're intimate with the kids in the room, and that's completely out of character for her. She like attacked me. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm still a bit in shock. It was like awesome.
My name is Josh Hudson, and I help save men's marriages fast by reaching their full potential. Damon is an engineer and a master problem solver, like most men I work with in my marriage mastery program.
I'm an engineer, right? And then I was in the Marine Corps. So I problem solve all day long with all kinds of people and things. Like, so that's my nature. Like, you give me a problem, I got to solve it. So that has been the worst thing to do in relationships, right?
The majority of men who come into my program come with problems in their marriage where they have this logical frame of mind, but it doesn't work when trying to connect to your wife. So if your wife feels like you just don't understand her, there is no emotional connection, and you get frustrated that she can't see your side of things when you talk to her, and her pulling away and becoming cold just seem to come out of nowhere, it's because you're failing to understand her true feminine nature. And if you never learn and discover this female side of things, then becoming heartbroken, seemingly out of nowhere, will occur for you over and over again. However, if you learn the code of female nature using these 3 methods in this video, your wife will feel like you know her better than she knows herself. She will laugh at every joke, she'll initiate intimacy, and in your presence, she will soften and relax. The first masculine method that Damon utilized to get his wife to attack him in bed was leaning into leadership.
I planned it. I didn't even ask her anything. I told her what day she was coming. I booked the flights. I got an Airbnb. I didn't ask her if she wanted a hotel or Airbnb. Like, you know, the old me would just be like, hey, this is a 50-50 thing. We're a couple. Like, let's decide this together. Like, but after like going through the program, it's like, nope, I got it. I'm just going to take care of it. And everything went very smoothly. She didn't have any complaints. So, I mean, you know, the stuff you guys talk about is very, very accurate, right?
Now, what prevents a lot of men from using this masculine method to really evoke that flame of femininity that causes her to be aroused is twofold. The first is fear of rejection. Look, I get it. When you've made advances on your wife and she's rejected you, saying, oh, I have a headache or whatever the heck she said in that moment, you take it so personal as that you yourself are being rejected as a human being. And I get the feeling, but you have to recognize that for a woman, no means not right now. I know this seems controversial, but her mood dictates her mind, which you'll see in a second. The second thing that prevents men from leaning into leadership is you think your wife doesn't want you to be a leader. I hear so many men say, well, Josh, my wife, she likes making decisions. She's a very stubborn type A kind of woman. Am I right? That's just not who, like she just naturally does it. She's so good at it. Like, I feel like every time I try to make decisions, she ends up just getting upset. Look, she's done that because over years, she can't rely on you. She can't trust you to make those decisions. So she's had to step into her masculine. And what happens, like a polar magnet, is that if she's in her masculine and you are a guy as well, what's gonna happen with those magnets is that they're gonna push each other away. However, you could teach her over time to fall into her feminine by making those decisions like Damon did. The second masculine method is understanding that you must change her mood to change her mind. You have to understand that you have more in common with your wife than different. I can go on and on. You guys both have eyes. You both speak the same language. Maybe let's say he's bilingual. You get the point. But the differences between men and women are where the conflict occurs. And the differences come from emotional processing and the way we communicate. You see, as men, when we talk, we want to achieve significance, power. There's a goal to achieve, right? Something to conquer. Where a woman, on the other hand, when they speak, it's like they're singing a song. They're expressing themselves and they just want to connect because that connection is their main need. They want to get met. See, where you trip up is that when she's singing to you, when she's sharing her emotions or her drama about things, and you respond in this logical frame of mind, there is that disconnection. Let me give you an example. Let's say you and your wife are arguing, and then out of nowhere she says,
I just can't do this anymore.
do you say, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you can't do this anymore? Are you breaking up with me? You see, right there, she just feels uncertain. But you're focusing so much on the exact words she used, and when you respond to that, you're speaking her at this level of logic, and you're not addressing the core emotion of instability and insecurity that you can actually meet that need for her in that moment. Now, there are loads of ways to respond to a woman's test to actually create more connection with her in those moments of stress and disconnection. However, I'll tell you right now in this video that the best way to at least not mess things up is to not react and not become emotional. If you want additional ways and strategies in order to pass her tests, you can set up a call with me and my team down below. The third masculine method is what I call covert contracts. Now, Donald Glover talks about this in his book, No More Mr. Nice Guy. But a covert contract is any indirect contract or saying to yourself, if I do this thing, then that means she will do this. It's covert because you don't directly tell her this. You just have an expectation, which is needy and feminine. Here's what Damon said about those covert contracts.
Covert contracts. It's like, I'm doing this for you, you should be doing this for me. But without saying anything, like I never even thought that concept was a bad thing. I thought it was just normal. But I mean, that's something simple and that was really fairly easy to implement, right?
You see, so many men don't even realize that this is actually an issue until it's highlighted for them. So the next time you do something, so she'll give you something, and then she doesn't, so you get mad, but you don't tell her, it's very indirect, it's not masculine. And maybe no one taught you how to do this, but these are one of many things that you're probably doing wrong that you're not even aware of. And you have to increase that awareness. Now, if communication problems is one of the biggest issues for you and you don't know how to address this conflict, I highly recommend you watch the 7 ways on how to effectively argue or communicate with your wife. And as always, you know that you can set up a free call with me and my team. Now, for this call, I want you to know that we do have limited spots available each week, so you have to be fully committed to wanting to save your marriage. And one of the biggest mistakes that so many men make, man, is that they waited too long. I hear consistently, I get these posts all the time, I wish I started this process 5, 6, 7, 8 months sooner, because it wouldn't be as bad as it actually is. Because sometimes it's a ticking time bomb where if you guys fight and then she seems to be okay, she's slowly shutting down. So at least set up a call with me and my team to assess if our program is best for you. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, smash like to support this, to save more marriages, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.